Hello everyone, how are you? This is Imam. Today I'm gonna talk about a new program I found recently. It's called BricsCAD Shape, and it's a free program, and you can use it. Download it once you sign up with your website. It's really easy to do that. You just need your email. That's it. I found this program interesting because this software combines different modeling concepts together to give you a more efficient workflow or um, so for your programming or modeling needs. If you want to do 3D modeling, so traditionally what we have in the gaming industry, what they use is mesh modeling. So you have polygons, points, vertices, edges. Essentially any 3D object is made up of many multiple polygons, geometric shape. And then on the other side you have CAD programs for engineering and science purposes, uses mathematical parameters, equations to derive a shape. So essentially you define the parameters for the model, and then the program use the equations to generate the shape mathematically. Smooth perfect curve and shape like that, surfaces, smooth surfaces. So in that kind of parametric modeling, one is in the CAD programs you have parametric modeling, and then using the parameters and equations to generate the 3D model. And then on the other side you have in the gaming world, in the animation studios, used for CGI graphics, mesh based modeling, where you have mesh polygons and use different shading techniques to make it look more smooth and mathematically perfect. So BricsCAD uses something called direct modeling. What is direct modeling? Is a new way of creating 3D models. It combines the um, it combines the look and feel of a workflow of a mesh modeling, as well as uh, generation of the polygon or model is based on mathematical equations. So it produces nice smooth curves. So in the direct modeling, you edit or modify your 3D model as you do it in mesh modeling, but the shape is actually generated based on mathematical equations. It's parametric based, so it's good for designing engineering models as well as your game models, so things would be smooth. So let's have a look. Today we're gonna maybe design a very simple mechanical part in this tutorial. So once you start BricsCAD shape, so you have this. So we go to the layer, and let's hide this layer. One thing I want to say, this software uses AutoCAD style file formatting, so you can open DWG and DXF files with this, and the files will be saved in that format as well. But you can obviously import all other files into the scene, and also export to the game friendly formats such as STL and Collada file format, or VX if you like. So the direct modeling is a technique this software uses. The workflow is more like mesh modeling, but things are mathematically defined internally. So we can so it's parametric. So we are creating a cube first. Let's define the shape. So now it's in a meter. Let's give it 2 meters, and if you press tab and give this side also 2.5 meters and enter, and then we define the thickness by moving mouse, or I just type it in 0.3. So we have this large block of very large for mechanical to be a mechanical part. Let's create something. Maybe it's not mechanical. You can draw architectural thing with this software as well, mainly developed for conceptual designing architectural things, but I think it can also usable for many game modeling or The only limitations I found for this program at the moment, you have to use is no spline primitive, so you have to use arc and lines and polygons essentially, but you could do so many things already with this. And it has perfect snapping and parameter based everything. So let's create something. I want to add a fillet to this particular edge. If you hover your mouse, it would automatically select by default the face. As you know, in the mesh modeling, like Blender, you find in the Blender, and if you hover your mouse, it would by default select the particular face and give you this toolbox, and to tell you this is a solid face and what you can do with it. And there are shortcuts to most used functions, as well as you can go to the different tabs to find new functions, like model tab to model to do with the modeling and draw and modifies and select. Let's do a fillet in here like you do in CAD modeling software, but we have to select the edge. So to select the edge, we have to hold the control key, and then you should be able to select all the edges. You just have to hover your mouse to the edge and then left click to select. Once you select it, and then you go to this box, pop-up dialog box, and it will give you the options you could for this particular edge. I want to go model and fillet, and once you click fillet, and you can visually define the fillet, and also you can see the parameter how much you want. So we can type it in, let's say 0.1. now we have this fillet applied into our slab of something. It's nice, right? So when I was talking about direct modeling, so actually this shape is generated based on mathematical equations rather than using polygons. Because it's generated using mathematical equations, you can see it's drawn smoothly. There is no broken like a hard edge on this, like you see in the Blender. You have to smooth things out by applying more edges or so, but here it's all because mathematically defined. It would look nice and perfect. And we can go to the visual style tab, and now we are looking from a perspective style view, but you can change it to orthographic by moving this slide, and you can define the camera lens type, how much you want. At the moment I want to keep it a little bit perspective, so, and the quality is normal. I can bring it to high so that all the lines would look much smoother and good for rendering. And here on top you can look from different angles. Top view, you can select top, you can select front, and if I put the perspective to orthographic here, I can do zoom extent, and to fit everything in the view. In the top view, top nice orthographic, scroll to, and you can hold shift key to and middle mouse button to rotate the view, and there's a, and then here you're gonna do a front corner here, like a isometric projection, and from different angles you can easily switch see from. And I think the way we should pan this, we can use this real-time pan. Righty, let's switch to a little bit perspective, so that, and here we can press escape key to come out from this pan tool. You use the mouse. If you just hold and move middle mouse button, hold middle mouse button, move the mouse, and you should be able to pan the view. Now that we have applied, when I was talking about direct modeling, so we can actually select this feature, which is the round face, and delete it. Left click to select and delete, and we get our original shape. So that's what the direct modeling allows you to do. But if you have done in Blender like mesh modeling, if you delete a fillet like that, you have to reconstruct the shape manually. So that's the power of direct modeling. It combining the mesh modeling workflow with the mathematical parametric CAD modeling technique of drawing things. So let's undo this. We get our fillet back, and let's save. By the way, this software is available for, let's save our document in the drawing one. In AutoCAD format, you can select AutoCAD version. Let's call it drawing one. Save. By the way, I was talking about this software is available for Linux and Windows. At least I know it's available for Linux, so which is great. Because I know I personally like Linux, and so yeah, but I found that the Linux version is a little bit less stable, and the feature wise maybe not complete like Windows, a little bit behind, but you have the most fundamental features, but like Linux version doesn't have import function yet. I checked it, and feature wise maybe not as stable as Windows. It was hanging on my Linux a lot. It could be my driver issue or some other issue, but I doubt it's because it could be this software. But on Windows it's working nicely. Now that we have this fillet, let's what we're trying to create. So what we can do here. Let's create some. We can use draw offset tool. So offset tool, what it's creates the edge offsets just like but it's a separate entity. So here we are adding a new edge group from this face and then we can define how far the offset from the original boundary of this face. Let's give it 0.2, enter, and once we create this particular, see, if I hover my mouse on this particular newly created polyline, which is offset from the face boundaries, and you should be able to see the information details about this polyline. The total length is that, the area of this enclosed polyline is that, and you can select it by left clicking and modify the shape by moving these vertices, or you can modify the face itself. You see if I hover my mouse, it selects the region of the face based on our created polyline. So I can say this region of the face, what can I do? Model, and I could use the extrude tool to actually extrude out a new feature based on that, or remove from the, which is nice. So this is direct modeling. So unlike in Blender, if you extrude, you can only extrude, not the remove from the existing body, but in here you can remove from the existing body, or I can create a complete hole if I keep dragging. So it's creating a hole, and the extrude tool is very nice. So let's let's give it 0.05, and now we have this. Let's remove our original polyline. Hover the mouse onto, is now hard to select because it's coincident with the newly created edge face, its boundary. But one thing we could do, we could hold the control key and dragging creating this selection box by dragging from the left. You can see under here, if we press control, it gives us body selection, face selection, and edge selection. I choose body selection, so I selected the whole body. Now here I go show entities, hide entities. It hides everything, including, let's undo that. but we just wanna select maybe this portion, only the solid body, not the our polyline, the original polyline, and go to the hide entities. Oh, let's look from the top, and it's not good to see, it's not easy to see. Zoom extend. Okay, I think show entities, and let's select this, and here hide entities. You can't really do anything. Okay, I think somehow the line, if the polyline is anyway, I think polyline, we don't need to remove it right now. One thing we could do, we can select our body here, select it, and then we can use the move tool or drag tool. Both does the same job. We can drag this body. We can first select the origin. Let's select this point as origin. Let's use the move tool first, and this point is origin, and now we are dragging our body. We can type it in the value. It automatically helps you, let's say, aligning with the original axis or original face. You just have to follow the guidelines. So I just moved it. Seems like the original polyline is vanished somehow. Anyway, so the beautiful things about this, because this is designed for engineering, this software is designed for engineering things, modeling engineering things in mind. You can easily see the cross section of this body using this define section tool, and you can hover your mouse on the any face and then drag, and let's say hover on this face, so the cross section will be created based on this, and then you can move our mouse and then enter, left click. Now we're getting this cross section view for our this body, model body, and you can again click on this cross section plane or line and delete to delete the cross section. Let's create another let's get cross section for this side. Hover the mouse on this side and then move the mouse. We move, let's say, up to here. I think it's not a good cross section view. Delete. This, so you can even get angled, so it's cross section like if on the surface is it's following the contour of the fillet. So we just now create an angled cross section. Left click to finish. So we are getting an angled cross section, and you can get different angle view. Let's select this cross section line and delete key to delete cross section. Now that we have this, there are, let's select all the edges on this face. We can go to the here pop-up, and under select you can say select edges. Now the edges are selected, and you can go to the model and direct modeling. The direct modeling menu, you can find the, we apply a chamfer, and you can define it here. So 0.2 seems 0.02 seems fine. Seems like it didn't work. Let's try again. Let's select the boundary, and let's type it in. Sometimes you have to type it in because mouse is let's say 0.02. Now it worked. So we just applied a chamfer or bevel. In Blender it's called bevel on this particular. Now that we have that, and suppose we wanna extrude a cylinder on this face. First we let's look from this side view, left view, and we set it to orthographic view so that it's perfectly, and then we can use the circle tool here and just click on that, and you can, it automatically gives you guidelines, like I want to create circle in the center of this fillet, let's say, and I just drag and define, just type it in maybe. So I just created a circle on this face, but now I can move my mouse and it shows different regions based on this newly defined circle. I can create a hole using the extrude tool, or just create a hole. Let's here go to use the extrude tool and then just drag it all the way through. Now that I have a hole on this particular, and then you can see our original circle is there. I can move, it's called circle, and select that and delete key to delete that, so it's not interfering with our original model. And then, like I said, in direct modeling, if you want to remove this hole, you just select that solid face and delete key, and it would, so it removed. So you don't have to fix anything like in Blender, like add new, delete the, just did undo. So just wanna show you. So here we mathematically created a hole. You can delete it by simply clicking it and delete, and it would do the job for you, reverse to the original body before you created the hole. And because it was mathematically defined, if you did this in a Blender, you had to manually create the new faces after removing the holes. Let's undo, and let's bring back our hole, and then suppose I want to create a fillet for this edge. Control key to select edge and go to here and model fillet, and I can visually define by dragging mouse. So let's visually define 0.04. so I created a fillet there, and it's nice fillet. On the other side I can keep it like that. So it's nice. This software is direct modeling is nice. Say the another cool feature of direct modeling, I can just push this side. I wanna change the size, say size, the width of this base. I can go is the push and pull tool. Push and pull the context sensitive tool. So I wanna push and pull, so it would do the job. It's just like moving. I think it's similar to but I can type it in the values just like in Blender. You can do it, I think, but it's got a snapping by default. Let's push it up to there. So what happened, push and pull, you see it's not just moving the other side, it's removing other side. See this particular feature, it didn't maintain the other side shape. It's like cutting, also maintaining some feature, also boolean cut. Let's undo the, if we use some other, say, face move tool, but so you have push and pull, extrude definitely, but we can't use drag. Drag is dragging the whole body. But if we select this face and we use the move tool, and here but move tool moves the body, but I don't want to move the body. Here if we go here under modify, select row, what is this, move faces edges. Let's use this, So let's select the origin at this point and see we're moving the face, but it's not maintaining the geometry for some reasons, because of course maybe it was not moving the fillet as well. Yeah, we didn't select the fillet, so we have to select this face. It just, you don't have to, it's the workflows of selecting is similar to AutoCAD, so you don't have to press any key on the keyboard to select multiple selections. Just left click. Now I selected both fillet and this face. Go to the, use the move tool and then define the origin at this point, and I'm moving and let's up to this point. Now because we haven't selected the internal feature on the side, maybe let's not move it, so that's not good. So there's so many things. I think this not a good way to model. I think I wanted to reduce without losing this particular side feature. Maybe we have to use the scale tool. Is there any scale tool here? This particular thicken split is solid by face. Let's use the split, and what we have to do, direct modeling seems like if I really wanted to, didn't, but somehow it maintains the geometry. But what I wanted, say I just remove this, let's select this face, select that face, and select this face as well, select this face and this face. Now we use the move tool, define the origin. Let's see how it goes. 1.1. now that I think, yeah, so it's automatically maintaining everything else. So we just reduce the width of the by moving particular faces, and then everything else maintained. No, so that's nice. Suppose we wanna similarly, let's go from the top view and we create a 3-point rectangle, but because we need, say we want to create rectangle from the center, we can get the snap guidance, but it also gives you the information where the midpoint is. So the midpoint is right, midpoint is further away, and here is the midpoint is somewhere, well, it doesn't look like a midpoint. Maybe the workflow should be similar to the AutoCAD. So here we have rectangle tool, model solid model editing. You can use the union tool, subtract tool, extrude face, offset face, rotate faces. But I'll show you how to use the line tool. And here draw center line, this So we are dividing this section into two equal, but again use the null line to get a snap from here to here. Now we divided region. Suppose we wanna move from the center. We wanna create move from a center 0.2. So here we created 0.2. I think there's sufficient detail for, so essentially we so 0.2 we type it in 0.4. Oh, yes. So 0.4 for the 0 point, less up to here is 0.37, say 0.8, and here 0.4. Now created this. Let's remove the lines we created here. So now because those things are interfering with the body, just move the body using the move tool. Select and enter and define the corner and remove it. Now here we have these things. I want to use the trim tool. Trim tool is useful for, you can find it here, trim extend. I want to trim. First select all the things which are intersecting with each other, and then we select the board elements we don't want, just trimming, removing those things, some things we don't really need. But as I move the body and I don't know how far I moved, I didn't remember. I think this let's select again, and we have a guideline. Let's give it roughly there. Now that we have this, let's select to extend. We can also use the push and pull, but it's not gonna create a hole, but you should be able to create a extrusion. Now we select this polyline and delete, and let's select this particular face, and we can use multi-slice to slice along a particular face. So now but suppose we want to slice along this face, use the slice tool. Now we can slice, it's like loop tool in the blender, but yeah, so let's slice along this face. So it's really efficient. You can slice it anywhere on the body really efficiently without let's create a slice right there and slice right there. Now we wanna select these faces. Select these faces and we go to the model, solids, and we could use the scale. I was looking through this solid, slice into revolve, extrude, direct modeling, push and pull, chamfer, erase. There must be a way to scale the faces. Offset face, delete, rotate, copy, and here And here rag split, these are the recently used tools. Okay, here we find under modeling thicken, move point, slice, copy faces, split, draw, modify, select, drag. I'm sure drag is just gonna move the selection. Let's select this face. Let's do it manually. And then we wanna move it. The origin is this point, and but it's not moving. Yeah, so we moved that much. And also we want to move this face. Let's select the origin, and we can type it in value or use the guideline. We move that face that much. So as you can see, you can essentially, then I can select this edge by holding Ctrl key and also use the move tool. Define the origin, and then you can see I can use the guideline to align with the axis, or and follow or type it in the values. Let's say it's 45 by 130 degree, and like that. And also suppose for this face I wanna so using the here selecting this one and then using the slice tool, can create a slice because I think let's select everything. Let's make sure everything is one single body. Select everything and you can apply union to make sure everything is one body. Before it was not one single body, that's why I was not able to use slice. Now that it's a one single body, I can make a cross section there. Loop tool based on this face, align with that face parallel, and that's nice. And we can here create offset. Let's create offset there up to that, and we use that region, use the extrude to make a hole. Just extrude it. Okay, nice. And then we have this, we have to select that extra, seems like the offset solid face, the offset was created, this is still there. Okay, alright, here now we can select these edges by holding Control and left clicking, since I don't need it, and I can type delete. Didn't delete it, it's not deleting. Maybe I select everything and then apply union. So you have to apply union because when you use the loop tool, it creates separate bodies, not single bodies. So you can apply the union to create a single body. Now that I can select this edge, and here I can apply a fillet there up to that much. So yeah, so it's looking nice. I hope you like this tutorial. Today we created a simple body or random only in this software. So but I hope you understand what is 3D modeling from this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Until next time with more and more videos. Thank you.